All right, little pre-show production conversation that's going to probably come out here, but it got heated and debated, whatever you want to say. We were going in. Good conversation with me and Sean beforehand. You guys will hear about it. I'll let you guess what the topic is about. I'll let you take a guess. With that being said, the Bills are out of the playoffs. I'm very upset by it. Feelings are hurt. We've got a heck of a show lined up for you. We're going to talk some WWE, some AEW, some TNA, a little bit of all that in between. The Royal Rumble preview is not happening today. That is going to be happening on Thursday over on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, so make sure you guys are subscribed over there. Jesse from the Pro Wrestling Shoot will be joining us. Hopefully James, too. He better find a way.
James is usually not available on Thursday, so yeah.
Whatever. He better find a way. I'm tired of him. He trolls me a lot, so I control him back.
There you go.
Make sure that you guys are subscribed. Show us some love over there as well. So we'll have that special edition of the Royal Rumble talk. Is there going to be a review show over here? I don't know. I can't promise you anything at this point in time. Other than that, I don't think we have anything else left to say.
Yep, I made us late, so let's get right into it. Conrad, my brother, dropped that thing.
Ah, yes. Always fun when people flood in here once the show starts. I love it. I love it. I love it. If you guys want to be great, you could send a super chat like our good friend Joel here. He sent a $1 super chat in. I'm going to read his comment first because he did that, but guaranteed way to get your comment read right away. Send in that super chat to us. Helps us out with the podcast stuff, equipment, things like that. Once the check clears, you know how that goes. YouTube's got to take their cut of it too. Joel says, happy Monday, guys. My two favorites, Sean and Conrad. Thank you, Joel. We appreciate
you, man.
We got Clown in the house. He says, afternoon, everyone. The highlight of Saturday night was knowing how much Jesse hates Hogan and him rocking the Public Enemy Fear of Black Planet hat. Yes, Jesse Ventura was on one.
Cleasy, 1-3Z, 4-Tweezy.
XGW says, what up, Clashers? Can't wait for this to start.
XGW, appreciate you.
Was good. Ray in the house. Happy Monday, guys. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Saturday night's main event was a really good show. Much better than last time. I don't know if I agree with that.
Ray with the beautiful family. How you doing?
Hurt Syndicate as tag champs was a great call. Bringing prestige back to the titles, hopefully. I hope so.
Me too.
And as we all knew, Grace would sign with WWE. I don't know if you saw that right before we started, Sean.
Yeah.
That was what I was adding right before.
Yes, sir.
I'll do my victory lap. You guys can give me high fives all the way around for calling it months and months and months ago.
Absolutely. You called it.
Joe Hendricks next. But yeah, thank you guys so much for that. We appreciate you.
The only Vinny we like is in the building. He says, happy Monday. Great news. I got a job in an IT company. God is faithful. That he is. Amen, brother. Praying for everyone going through something. God bless y'all. God bless you, Vinny. And congratulations.
Appreciate that. Congratulations on the new job, Vinny.
Quills.
Mr. Quills.
What's up, Conrad and Sean and chat? Your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hub, for episode 126 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast. Hashtag EPW, hashtag HWW, hashtag thank you, Quilly. M. Leezy, Fo, Sheezy, he says. Hello, good evening, everyone. And by the way, for anybody listening on audio, M. Leezy for Sheezy is our good friend Matt Lopez. Make sure you check him out on Twitter. Matt Lopez with a lot of numbers behind it. He's on my Twitter, so you can find him on my Twitter. Shout out to Matt Lopez. He says, hello, good evening. Hope you had a good weekend. And let's kick this week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. Hashtag ready to rumble. Hashtag justice for Jey Uso. Thank you, Matt Lopez. Jesus, Christmas.
Terrell, what's going on, Terrell? He said, let's get my Royal Rumble picks out of the way. Men's, The Rock. Women's, it pains me to say this. Take that first name out. I'm not even saying it. Mm-hmm. Or Charlotte. He put Tessa Blanchard. Or Charlotte. Yeah. Wild pick, I hope Jade. Dang you, Bills. No comment, man. Collision was darn good on Saturday. I was right about Tony Storm.
There you go. We're
going to get into that.
They're kind of dynamiting up Collision lately.
And I saw people complaining, which is also my favorite thing ever. Why'd you put that on the B show? And I'm just like, don't you want people to watch that show too?
Yeah,
like,
they kind of threw some dynamite sauce on Saturday night right there. That was a good show.
Yeah. Let me see here. Yes, I did see AWA's Colonel De Beers has passed. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Absolutely.
Timeless Tony Storm. Oh, yep, we saw that. Guy Will Gamble says Europe. Happy Monday, everyone. If you ever get lost in life, that was a new one. Remind yourself of who we are, like Tony Storm. That's a fact.
There you go. Guy Will Gamble, appreciate you, especially on Instagram, man. Appreciate the little nuggets you throw at me. Appreciate you, brother.
Always got love for Guy Will Gamble. Casey Briggs, I'm not reading this. This is inappropriate. And I was here when this was typed, for the record. Sean is my witness.
And I was the one who held us up because I was venting.
You'll never guess about what?
Oh, shut up.
McKinney said, yo, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire live chat and the young OGs of Wrestling Podcast, Clash of the Podcast, and to let y'all know, do something today that your future self will thank you for.
Two things from McKinney. You'll never know how much I appreciate the nuggets you send to me on Instagram, and you'll never know how much it really hits me right here when you call us the young OGs, man. I really like that name.
It's all good. Casey said it happens to the best of us.
Wow.
If we were talking yesterday, brother, that might have been true, but not today.
Yeah.
B-Boy, what's good? B-Boy Skyline said, for someone who's been watching wrestling for a long time, the AFC Championship was the most scripted Vince McMahon thing I've ever watched. And are we talking Big Dog Roman booking? Wow. They booked the Bills like they're booking Jey Uso. I did see someone say that as well. Saturday night's main event was another predictable episode of Raw with some SmackDown mixed in. Jacob Fatu was awesome. Other than that, it was a ho-hum show. He was not feeling it. Man, people are going in. What's up? I wish the Bills would have won. BJ says, I'm so sick of Kermit and the cheats.
Oh, my God, Kermit. BJ, yeah. That's the first time.
You never heard someone call him that?
I must have been missing. I must have not been paying attention, but it's so accurate. Wow.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people.
So accurate. That. I don't know why that makes so much sense. Wow.
I'm just trying to catch up here and get everyone mentioned. Doug says, another Monday, another clash. Teach me how to Dougie. As Sean proceeds to do the Dougie dance every time I say that. We appreciate you, Doug. Renegade, Bills, and Jay. See, he ain't mentioned nothing about the Bills all day today. Here he goes, trolling. This is James.
Bills and... Go ahead, bro.
Yep, Bills and Jey Uso now got common records. Tough Saturday and Sunday. Hi, fellas.
James, we want you on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly on Thursday along with Jesse, myself, and Conrad. You said Thursdays are bad for you. I am putting you on Front Street because we want you on the show Thursday. If you can't, we understand. But if you have a couple of moments of your time, pull up.
Let's see here. T. Ferg said, what up, fellas? Wanted to see Buffalo versus Detroit in the Super Bowl. Me too, brother.
Me too. That was my preseason prediction, and both fell flat.
I actually saw a crazy stat today that the Lions had the most viewed games.
Oh, well, the Lions were America's darling this year, man. Everybody wanted to see him do it.
Yeah, injury bug caught them. Tony and Hangman have better character work in AEW than anything in WWE. They don't need cinema to make it happen.
Yeah, I think BJ was using the word cinema in a negative context, so that's
he was. I just hate saying the word.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I got you.
New words. Jocelyn says, "Good evening. The city has gone wrestling crazy. The calm with Sean and Conrad. We hope it's the calm."
Jocelyn, it's always a pleasure to have you here, representing all the single ladies. In your case, the married ladies.
Quill said he enjoyed Collision except for that POS Don Callis. If you know, you know. No Monday Night Football means back to watching Raw every Monday.
I'll be watching the Knicks.
Casey, good guess. Wellamon Production says you have beef with the No Name podcast. No, why would I have beef with them?
Where does that
work with them? No idea.
That's weird. No.
Yeah. No, we have no beef with them. Let me see here. We've worked with them. We've been on their stuff before.
We worked with them, collaborated with them for years.
Actually, not even them. We worked with Malik for
and
years.
Kyron and that was weird.
Yeah. We're watching greatness with Mahomes.
We are watching greatness with Mahomes, but that 4th and 1 wasn't even close. They got that, and that changed the whole game.
There were several, I'll say. But
Leezy, I appreciate you. The only one. Leezy's the only one who really. I'm not gonna lie. Others do, like Guy Will Gamble, and you too, Conrad, on occasion. But Leezy is in the trenches with me with this Jey Uso thing.
Right. McKinney said, "I wish I could be a young OG again, but I'm officially at Unk status."
But if you're below 50, which I believe you are still a young OG.
Bill's head coach loved that tush puss, even though it wasn't working. Stick around till the end, Vinny. I have a surprise for you. Conrad, are you still mad Minnesota to get WrestleMania 41? Yeah, if they paid for it. Why do you have these? I don't. Are they called auctions for WrestleMania? Whatever you want to call it, where they bid on WrestleMania. Why have it if then you're like, we're going to Vegas instead? But you know what? You could have SummerSlam. How's that sound? Cool, great.
Anybody who doesn't think the WWE did Minnesota dirty is silly.
Brother Fluff says, I'm not on Twitter. How bad did Rikishi blow his top over Jay losing? I haven't seen anything over there.
I haven't seen anything either. I think that Rikishi, off the strength of his sons, is kind of just trying to chill right now. But if he had exploded, I would have retweeted everything he wrote.
I must want to be a manager because I love everything Don Callis is doing. He's good, but it's like one of those you don't want to cheer for him kind of things. Yeah, WWE did do Minnesota dirty. That's a fact.
I mean, Stevie Wonder could see that.
And we got a question here before we get into the main part of the show. Hubs, Terrell says, does NYC get double or nothing?
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like I would say no.
I'll go with no.
I think New Jersey gets. I think Atlantic City.
I think it should be Atlantic City or Mohegan Sun.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That makes sense.
Yep.
For sure. Let's get into it. Well, Amon, we're going to talk Royal Rumble. We might talk a little tonight. We'll see how deep Sean wants to get into it. Let's get it. Said. Yes. Oh, and yes, prayers to Dakota Kai. I did see she was injured. Possibly from last week. I don't know from what, but
that injury bug keeps creeping up on Dakota. God bless her.
Yeah. She took a pretty rough bump last week.
Yep.
Let's get into it, and we're going to kick things off with, I wish I had some old school music, Saturday night's main event in San Antonio, Texas, live nationwide on January 25th, 2025, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBC and Peacock. Come on, Sean. Get with it, man. I like this.
God rest his soul, and obviously Jesse the Body. And I like Joe Tessitore, too. I'm cool with that. The nostalgia part I'm always going to like. The setup is nice. The fact that it's back, Saturday night's main event is back. That was a staplehood of my childhood. But, I'm not in a good mood right now when it comes to this crap.
I like that they are calling that new stage setup on the side there where you would have like the ring behind you and you would do interviews. The Okerlund position now. Yeah. Love it. Very cool.
Triple H actually being a human being.
All right. It's going to be one of those shows tonight, folks. We opened up with Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. Sean, your thoughts on this match here?
Just to show that I'm not a WWE hater, Nia Jax is improving in the ring. I think she is doing a better job of protecting her opponents with the bonsai drop. Obviously, the victory for Rhea Ripley was predictable. I thought it was a good match. I thought they both put on. Nia Jax represented herself in a very respectable way, and the right woman won. Again, I can't stress it enough because I've stressed it in the opposite way many times before. Nia Jax has been very, very uncoordinated and unrespectful of her opponent's body when it comes to that bonsai drop. But lately, it seems like she is taking extra precaution to protect her opponents, and I would like to acknowledge her for doing that. That's a professional thing to do. She's being safer in the ring, and I respect that.
I think she's been putting on some pretty good matches. I still think the match with Naomi is the best one in her career, I would say. Was it Naomi?
Yeah, Naomi, they did her thing.
It was the cash-in. When cash-ins happen, I start getting mixed up. But it was fantastic. That was one of her best matches. And her and Rhea Ripley did not disappoint. Here's a look at the old school aesthetics in the area of the ring here. Rhea Ripley got the win. I think it was the right call. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything different here.
Well, Rhea's going to be champion at least through WrestleMania, and that's the way it should be. Nia Jax has had her moment from SummerSlam all through the autumn season and into winter. Again, I can't stress it enough. Nia is getting better, and she's protecting her opponents now. She's not dropping all of her weight on people's chests, and in this case on Rhea's back. She's doing a good job. She's improving, and that's a good thing.
I knew this would be the part of the match y'all all noticed.
Yo, she really did, though, bro. Like, I didn't know. My question about her, for anybody listening on audio, our good friend Guy Will Gamble pointed out that Nia Jax seemed to have grabbed Rhea Ripley's butt. The only thing I'm trying to figure out, what part of a move was Nia Jax trying to accomplish?
I think she was letting her know, don't turn me.
Oh, okay.
Because she's going to do the reverse cloverleaf, and I don't know if that was, yo, please don't do that. But because if you tap, it looks like you tapped out. So instead, she's like, don't do it.
Because to me, it was like, I was trying to fit. Clearly, she wasn't grabbing her butt for kicks, but I was like, what move was she trying to do? Because
when Rhea does it, you have to be able to like flip like through.
No, you're right. Yeah. What you just said makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you got to do the Cobra into that bad boy. Like, oh, my back. Like I said, if someone ever put me in the walls of Jericho or something, you would just hear crack, 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 crack. Like, I know I'd be done. Like, oh, are you okay? Just leave me, man. Just leave me.
Right.
Looks like a lot of the chat are agreeing. The lady showed out. This was the best match between them so far. Now give me Rhea versus Bianca. Ooh.
Wouldn't be mad.
I love it. A lot of people are agreeing with you, though, about Nia getting better. I think Nia's second run has been great. Casey says Nia definitely improving vastly since her previous stint in the company, and Rhea is fantastic as always. She's one of the best wrestlers.
This is just an example of me trying to show, and you too, Conrad, trying to show you and our great chat that I'm not a WWE hater. Like, when something is good, I recognize it. I've been a Nia Jax detractor, and now I'd like to say that she's gotten better. I salute you for that.
I think sometimes we're unfairly judged just because of the when you ask us about certain topics, that's what's going to set us off. It's the things that are good that we're like, nah, ask me about that. Yeah, that was cool. And I'm mad McKinney put the claw up here. Sorry, I got to do the old Von Eric.
When you just broke down why Nia Jax did what she did, it makes sense. But to have a good time with McKinney and Guy Will Gamble, she did grab her a piece, though. Lord have mercy.
Yes. Chris, I see you asking, do we watch ROH? Yes, good sir.
Yes.
Most definitely. Do we talk about it outside of the pay-per-views? Not too often, but hopefully they could drum up some interest. I do know this is a perfect time to say this, I guess. I did hear a rumor today that they might be they have a couple streaming deals on the horizon, potentially. I don't know if it's the right one or if it's for the right price, but they're there. So good for ROH.
Absolutely.
Sticking with this, going back in, we had an Intercontinental Championship match here with Sheamus and Braun Breaker. This match got a lot of differing things in it, so I want to hear your thoughts first before I get into some of the things I heard, Sean. What'd you think of this one?
I thought it was a great match. I thought Sheamus put on, I thought Braun Breaker put on. Outside of the 28 days that Jey Uso was champion, Braun Breaker has been the never-ending champion since SummerSlam, and I mean that in a good way. Because he does look good with that title. He does deserve the title. The result, predictable, but somewhat disappointing. I mean, I'm not a big Sheamus guy, but it's like, if we're not going to give him the title, this is going to sound very familiar to when we talk about the main event too. If you're not going to give the guy the title, then why does he continue to challenge for it? There comes a point where it's like, okay, because the last two times he's faced Braun Breaker have been outstanding. Outstanding. Like, two of the best Sheamus matches I've ever seen. I'm not a big Sheamus fan. But he has done very well. Braun Breaker and him have amazing chemistry. Braun Breaker retains the title. That's okay, but where does Sheamus go from here, I guess, is the question.
You're either I think this was the case for a lot of things tonight. You're either developing a story to further this, and you want people to want it even more, or Sheamus is just another guy who's gonna put on a good match, and you let him do that from time to time.
I'm gonna say this right now. This is I'm giving you guys a little peek behind the curtain. I am literally going into my kitchen to turn off my oven with the chicken wings that are baking for me and my child. And in that quick walk to the kitchen, I am going to gear myself up for the conversation that is about to come in about 3 minutes. So, Conrad, please take me off camera while I say my prayers and get myself together before I lose my crap on our show when we start talking about the main event.
Copy. So, yeah, I think it was fine. There's been a great conversation about, how do I want to put this? There's been a great conversation about Sheamus being in that spot, and I saw someone bring up age, and this is throughout all of the wrestling promotions right now. Can you have someone like Sheamus be the Intercontinental Champion? I don't see an issue with it. I mean, I think performers perform longer, and they are in much better positions and shapes today than they were, I don't know, X amount of time ago. So I don't know. I don't have an issue with it, but I did see some younger fans like having issues with it. Sean, I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but
give it to me again, brother.
The idea of some fans said that we talk about having all these younger wrestlers all the time being on top, and we need to get younger and younger. Mm-hmm. They don't think we should move forward with this Sheamus thing. And I just was asking, like, how do you feel about that? Like, is it time to move past Sheamus? I mean, there's a story there too. He's never been Intercontinental Champion.
There's a story. The fact that he's trying to, I guess complete. It would be actually more than a Grand Slam. Tag Team United States World. Oh no, okay, I'm wrong. It would be a Grand Slam, or is it more than a Grand Slam? Am I forgetting one? Tag Team Intercontinental.
Well, see, Grand Slam just changes when you add more belts, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, whatever the case may be, the fact that he's vying for the Intercontinental Champion, I like the story, and again, I can't stress this enough. He has amazing chemistry with Braun Breaker. They could run it back a third time, but at this point, it's kind of like, all right, maybe one more time, and that's pretty much it.
Maybe, and like I said, if they do, I don't see them doing it until Mania again. If they decide to go for that, Clown says it's going to be title versus career. That'd be interesting. Awesome bruiser match. Casey says they're both great. Braun is a star, best spear in the business. I do hope Sheamus gets that belt eventually, though. Maybe off of someone else who takes it off of Braun. Maybe they'll do that. Maybe. Braun Breaker retaining over Sheamus once again is predictable. Predictable is not bad, though, brother. Always. It would have been nice if Sheamus won the IC title, but that's a good idea. And you know the rest. Sheamus and the IC title, it's over now.
I think so too, Quilly. I mean, they could run it back one more time, but if I were a betting man, I'd say it probably is over.
Yeah, Matt Lopez says, I didn't know Sheamus is 46. Yeah, I didn't. That's what I was saying. I was surprised to hear people like kind of run down Sheamus saying like, we need to get past that,
Chris Gamma, I would say YouTube, Chris Gamma.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, Sheamus is single-handedly putting Braun over as a total BA that would translate to Braun being elevated to the world title picture. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what they want to do. That's what they're going to do. Now, before we get to we got 2 more matches before that, Sean.
Okay, I'm ready. Here. I got you covered.
We had the contract signing with old HBK. He had to come out there in his hometown of San Antonio. And this brought up that same conversation I just had with you about, should the older guys be in this spot? And listen, it's not just WWE. I'm saying this across the board for like all promotions from indie to major promotions.
Yes, sir.
This conversation keeps coming up. And we had Cody and Kevin face off. Great, cool. They were battling a hot thing on Collision at the same time. And it was very interesting. I'm trying to keep my eyes on both. But we did get them. I don't know how I felt about the whole like raising of the titles. I'm like, so you're not going to have your belts for a week? Why are we doing this? What's the purpose of this? Is this to feel more boxing-esque? Like,
yeah, you're going to be surprised by what I have to say. I thought the contract signing was very well done.
Oh, I liked it.
The raising of the belts was a little bit unnecessary, kind of corny. It's like, okay, so we're raising the belts in San Antonio, and they're magically going to appear in Indianapolis. but no. The point is, they've done that with Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan as well. So it is what it is. But For me, it's just a symbolic thing. It doesn't really matter. But, I mean, big ups to Shawn Michaels, man. That guy, there's a reason I call him the greatest wrestler of all time. Even at this advanced age, he's able to move. He's able to cut a great promo. And as you can see, he's still able to get that foot in the air, and he waves it like he just don't care.
He still got it.
Yep.
KO is right. It's all good as long as they don't hog all the spotlight, unlike Triple H. Jeez Louise.
Come on, Vinny. See, Vinny, and let me tell you something. Nobody would disagree that Vinny is a nice guy. Vinny is a very nice gentleman. And if let's call a spade, bro. Let me relax. See, but it does my heart good to see people like M. Leezy and Vinny starting to come around starting to see what I've been talking about. This dude is not right, bro. Let me relax. Ray Thompson has a comment.
Right. One of the best woes on the ladder when he came out during his entrance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He did get all that pyro. KO shirt was a dope callback to Funk. Yes, that was a Terry Funk shirt.
Egg sucking dog.
It's not the health systems technician shirt. That's still my favorite one that he's done so far. It was nice to see Shawn Michaels hit the sweet chin music, thing of beauty. Yeah, and that's the part where I saw a lot of people like they got into like a beef about it. Like, why is KO taking this move? And you should have put heat on KO. Why do we have Shawn out there doing this? And
leave that up there for me for a minute, bro. Look at that extension. Clearly, I'm not saying Shawn Michaels should be back in the ring tomorrow. No, he's done. But spurts and moments, that guy is the best, bro. He's kept himself in good shape. That super kick is picture perfect. God bless Shawn Michaels, man. I mean, he's a national treasure in my book. And so is Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens should win on Saturday, but he won't. That sounds like a good idea. You know what that means.
Shawn Michaels, I will always say this. That tag match that went sideways, that he was probably like, I should have never came back for this. Mm-hmm. I needed the money. Or I took the money.
Undertaker and yeah, that was... Yeah.
Shawn Michaels was the best performer in that match, and he was the only one I did not question their abilities anymore. Yeah. And I was looking, and I was like... And Triple H tore his pec. I don't think I would have questioned it if he would have stayed healthy throughout the match, but I was like, what am I watching right now? And I was just like, I know Sean's just like, why did I do this? Why did I agree to do this?
Your point is super accurate, Conrad Cushman, because that match is an example of when people come back one time too many. Like, I mean, Goldberg's done that about 7 times, but that match with HBK, Triple H, and Undertaker and Kane, it was just like, ooh. I mean, but you know what? You love them so much, you try and let it pass. It's like, okay, I'm not going to dog them out. But we all saw what we saw. That was uncomfortable to watch.
Facts. Taker is right. Shawn is better than Triple H. The classic video. Shawn Michaels was sweating a lot. I don't know if you saw that when he took that jacket off. I was like, man,
he's in the ring. He's older and it's hot.
Nah. This was a lot though. Did you ever see that Raw where it was Triple H,
Kurt Angle,
and Ric Flair? Yeah. It was like that. I was like, woo. This AC's not working.
The worst woo of all time. Woo.
Yeah, he was done. KO messed up his hat. That's true. That whoa went hard. If this was a San Antonio, Triple H would have been part of this contract signing. Come on now. Come on. Hello, exactly, Emily. Of course he would have. Ladies and gentlemen, here to oversee the contract signing, 2-time WWE. Oh, please. Triple H loves the limelight, that glory hound. Here's this one. Clown says Arn Anderson was able to block the black mass with his forearm. KO looked weak getting dropped like that. HBK is one of my top five all-time favorites. Love any chance you get to see him in the ring. Yeah, Sean's one of my favorites.
Ray, you're my guy, Ray, but that top 5 stuff is nonsense. He's top 1.
Sean always delivers when it's time.
There you go.
Let's get into this one. We have Mr. Choo Choo, Braun Strowman, and Jacob Fatu Hoss match. Listen, let's just call this what it was. This was just 2 big guys throwing each other all around the ring, slamming into stuff. And they put Jacob Fatu over like Rover in this. They made him look like a serious problem. He got DQ'd, number 1. He threw the ref down. So there you go.
So the winner of the match, Braun Strowman.
Well, after that, he ate some moonsaults and he tore him up. The shots in the corner, like running it over and over and over and over again. They did that. I was more impressed by the moonsaults. I'm not gonna lie.
And Fatu is him, but I want to give credit to somebody you probably wouldn't expect. I want to give credit to Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman did what, I hate to use this term, what's best for business last night. I'm so impressed by people who know how to lay down when they're supposed to lay down for the betterment of pro wrestling. Jacob Fatu is the next big thing, and Braun Strowman did what he had to do. I salute Braun Strowman for not having a ego and not always putting his big nose into things every 5 minutes and not having to spray water. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking about somebody else again. But shout out to Braun Strowman for doing the right thing.
Right.
And not bringing his wife out for WrestleMania. I'm sorry, what?
I'm jumping around here. Jacob Fatu was made Saturday night. Jacob Fatu is a problem.
Yes,
big sweaty men slapping meat. That was precisely this match.
Pause.
They learned play. They learned well after Bronson Reed. Yeah. Jeez Louise. Sean, in full agreement. There was a head nod there for those who just missed. I tried to catch it. Jacob Fatu's a star, man. Now, is Jacob Fatu here? The only thing that worried me a little bit is he came off very babyface in this. It's not good when they're like, one more time.
And he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you wanted to be a heel, you would have walked away.
Yeah. So maybe he's like, I got some T-shirts. Listen, if they're getting rid of the bloodline name for them, it's time to form the Samoan Werewolves, and let's just do this. Go all out with the little wolf pack looking shirts and just do it. Just do it.
I am a complete advocate of Jacob Fatu getting a massive push. He deserves it.
Yes. I see people saying salute to Braun. Of course, the DQ finish was lame as ever, but what do you expect? They had to protect it. Like I said, I think this is going to be a filler feud. I was hoping it wouldn't be, but I think it's going to be a filler feud till we get to Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Fatu's entrance was great. Yes.
And by the way, Mania, Jacob Fatu probably versus Solo Sikoa.
You think that's the match?
I think so.
Could be. Jacob hasn't been pinned yet either, has he?
He has not.
Got it. War Hero, welcome. Samoan SWAT team is a better name. Yeah, but I don't think you want to take that from your family. You don't want to have confusion when they go to Google it later.
There you go.
Not a solo believer, fine with mid-card title, but not a main event player.
Okay. I respect your opinion.
The Samoan Werewolves is a dope idea, Conrad. I'm just telling you because the shirts will sell easy. People are like, Wolfpack? Yeah, I like that. And it's like, no, that's a werewolf, sir. But and you know that's the only music they get right in this company.
There you go.
Them, so
there you go.
And then we're here. We're at the main event, guys. We got the all-powerful Gunther versus Yeet Man, Jey Uso. They had me at one spot in this match. I'm not going to lie. I told Sean. They had me at one spot where I was like, are they? Will they? Are you messing with me? Close but no cigar, Sean. Jey Uso does not pick up the victory. He ends up falling victim to, what did he give him? 2 power bombs for the win?
Yes.
Jey Uso, man, he's got the people in the palm of his hands. He's got the sales. He's got it. My question more so is, in the future, we know Gunther walked away with the championship here, and Gunther's one of Triple H's guys, per se. Like, he's really big on him. You could just tell. At some point, is there a story that they're trying to tell here with Gunther or with Jay? Like, I don't see Gunther's direct, where is he going, what is he doing just yet. But Jey Uso, all these losses can't be coincidental, right? Like, you got to maybe be trying to set Jay up for something. Because maybe Triple H gets long in the tooth in this whole, like, we're going to keep beating him. We're going to keep beating him. We're going to keep beating him, and they'll want it. Now, me and you both know there's a fine line, though. I call it getting Dolph Ziggler. You can beat someone too much to where I don't care anymore. I don't know if I'm there with Jay just yet in the World Heavyweight Championship picture, but do you have any hope? Because I do think Jey Uso he needs to be on people's dark horse picks for these title matches still. If the momentum stays, it stays. But go ahead. I'll give you the floor here. You know what? I'm going to exit quietly. This is all you for a moment.
Professional wrestling is one of the greatest things in my life. It has been since I was a child. I love professional wrestling. I've fallen in love with professional wrestling. As we all have. That's why we're here. Good versus evil. David versus Goliath. Whatever story you want to tell, professional wrestling can tell that story. There comes a point, though, when there has to be a payoff, or what is it for? Since July of the year 2023, Jey Uso has been one of the hottest professional wrestlers in the world. In the world. Jey Uso has been that guy that stops traffic when he walks through the streets. He's been that guy for the past year and a half. He's selling merchandise on a level of Cody Rhodes, maybe a little bit below. On a level of CM Punk, maybe a little bit below. But he is shining in a way that very few people shine in this industry. Especially people who were not expected to shine. And I say that with love and respect for Jimmy Uso, because it hasn't played out for Jimmy that way, but it's played out that way for Jey Uso. Jey Uso has become him. The problem I have is not that Jey Uso loses, but the problem I have is that for whatever reason, Triple H has decided that it is the best thing for World Wrestling Entertainment and its fans to continue to put Jey Uso on posters, to continue to promote him in ways where rappers come out with him to the ring, to even have him win a match on the debut edition of Raw on Netflix. You have him challenge Roman Reigns twice in the pandemic era, and nobody expected him to win. That's fine. 0-2 in world title matches. You have him challenge Roman Reigns in the summer of 2023 when he's hotter than fish grease. Maybe I was a little bit overzealous. I thought maybe Jay could have won. Conrad talked me down off a ledge and said, no, it's still Roman Reigns' time. Cody's going to get it at WrestleMania. Okay. Then you go to Paris, France, and Jey Uso has one of the most captivating, amazing entrances in the history of pro wrestling. In the history of pro wrestling. Everybody wanted him to win in Paris, France at Backlash, but he did not. Everybody then wanted him to win against Seth Rollins in late 2023. He did not. You put together video packages. You put together moments that make you believe that this company's behind Jey Uso. Like I said, he's on every poster, every magazine, every novelty cup. And then you have him challenge Gunther. And you say, why put him in that position just to lose again? There has to be some rhyme or reason for why they're doing this to this guy. And yet he loses again. And didn't lose by disqualification, didn't lose by run-in, didn't lose by count-out. He lost by a straight-up 1-2-3 powerbomb in the middle of the ring. I want to give a shout-out to certain people. People have been hitting me up talking about how Sean, Hubbs, I think Jey Uso's going to win the Royal Rumble. Jey Uso's not going to win the Royal Rumble. It's not that he doesn't deserve to win the Royal Rumble. I do not trust Paul Levesque to do the right thing. I am convinced that Paul Levesque does not give a damn, excuse my language, about what we want. He doesn't give a crap about what the wrestlers want. He is going to do what he wants to do. Jey Uso walks into every arena and the roof blows off everywhere he goes. So what happened at Saturday night's main event, come on back, Conrad, did not surprise me. And it shouldn't have surprised you. Because Triple H has decided that he is never, ever going to acknowledge that Jey Uso deserves to be a world champion. I have some theories about why. I'll keep them to myself out of respect for my tag team partner, Conrad Cushman, and the fact that I want to remain on the air. But at the end of the day, it's really a shame. And I mean that. I hope you guys see my face. You notice I'm not yelling. I'm not ranting and raving. It's really a shame what's happening to Jey Uso because eventually the yeets are going to run out. Eventually the hands are going to go down. And eventually the fans are going to stop caring. And that's not the fans' fault. Because nothing in this industry lasts forever. So we're going to look back on this 2-year reign of Jey Uso being one of the hottest acts in the company. And he would have accomplished, as it relates to world championships, absolutely nothing. That's my take on the situation. Conrad, I'll give it back to you. I know you probably thought I was going to lose my crap on the air tonight. I'm not. I'm very calm. I'm very logical.
It's where it is. I think that they have two choices to go with this. Either one, you don't give Jay the title and you stop teasing his fans like this. Or two, in my opinion, there could be something there. And Triple H is just playing this super long game. We've seen it. Who did I have this conversation with? I think it was Casey, actually, where we talk about it's a good thing to have long-term booking, but you also have to be able to find a new path for yourself sometimes. If something presents itself to you, I'm trying to think of, like, besides Jey Uso, something gets over and you're like, it's here. It's right now. It's in front of you. Look at it. You didn't expect to get this. It's like an ice cream bar. It just fell out of the sky. It's right here for you. Take it. It's ready-made. You just got to eat it. I don't know, though. I don't know if I should do that. And people don't want to go away from their plans. You can't be afraid to go away from your plans sometimes, to try something else, to do something else. I'm not saying to be wrong. I think Jey Uso winning here, once again, the only thing that has me worried is it's WrestleMania. What are we going to do? What's your big Jey Uso match then for WrestleMania? If you give him the title,
and it's probably going to be what I've been fighting against this entire time. What you, my brother, have been trying to prepare me for months. You're a very nice guy, Conrad Cushman. You've been trying, and I'm not joking around right now. I'm being dead serious. You've been trying to talk me down so when WrestleMania rolls around that I'm not disappointed. But I get it now. Jey Uso is going to return to tag team wrestling.
He could.
And Jey Uso. And I love the Usos, but the sad part, and Jey Uso's never going to be a world champion.
When I hear they're all on the same show because of that transfer window, then that's when I may worry. But even, what does it matter, right? What does that transfer window mean? I haven't seen the Wyatt Six on SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. Hashtag what draft, hashtag what window. But, it's okay, guys. I appreciate the support. You guys have been tweeting me all week. I really appreciate it. Like, I know that y'all know that I'm serious about this stuff, but I've given up. Don't get me wrong. If Jey Uso becomes world champion, I'll lose my crap. I'll be thoroughly excited. But how can I even believe that that's going to, after what we've seen, how can I even fix my mind to believe something like that?
Right. And McKinney says long-term is good, but if you miss the time to pull the trigger on the moment, you may never get that moment. The Acclaimed is my best reference. I disagree. I think they did give the Acclaimed their moment. Maybe they should have did it the night of the pay-per-view, but instead they righted their wrongs and they did it, what was it, like a week later at Grand Slam?
And I want to give a little bit of insight, then we can move on to what we were talking about, yelling at each other about in a good way before the show started. And I want the chat to really just do me this honor of giving your yes or no if you agree or not. CM Punk had issues with Vince McMahon and WWE, Dolph Ziggler. There's been, whatever champion you can think of, as far as having a discrepancy or a gripe with WWE. At the end of the day, I don't want to hear about CM Punk. I don't want to hear about Jeff Hardy. I don't want to hear about Dolph Ziggler. I love Dolph Ziggler. I don't want to hear about anyone when it comes to a comparison to Jey Uso. You know why? Because all of them have been world champion. And when you have that on your resume, that means something. And that's something, unfortunately, even though Jey deserves it, will never happen for him.
My guy Delay Gratz, welcome to the chat. He says Jey won't be a singles world champ. He's at the apex of his popularity and still no title. Pro Wrestler Shoot, what's good, man? Looking forward to Thursday. Appreciate you hopping in here. Make sure you check them out. A lot of 2K25 news dropping between tonight and tomorrow. Make sure you check them out. Deonna Purrazzo is the best example. What do you mean, Jocelyn? For that example, the moment was at the pay-per-view. Doing a week after felt like a gimme. I don't agree with that. I don't know, Sean. Do you agree with McKinney's take on that with the Acclaimed?
I'm not sure exactly what the comment that McKinney's made. I don't get it. Like, he's saying what? Like that they should understand what he's saying.
They missed the moment with the Acclaim. Long term is good, but if you miss the time to pull the trigger, but the Acclaim got their moment like a week later.
Okay, yeah, right. I just in that regard, I respectfully disagree, McKinney, because when they won it, it was crazy good. So,
right, and Quills, I see your comment, brother.
And to your point about that, McKinney, much love and respect. If Jey Uso won the title on Raw, do you think anybody would not be less excited? Everybody would go nuts.
It wouldn't matter. And that's such a rarity today that people would go insane for it. Like, remember when he won that 4-way? I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? And he won, and they went crazy for him. And I was
and that's the thing. I don't want to keep talking about this because it's really going to legit, like, make me upset. Why do we keep putting him in world title matches just to lose?
He's someone popular enough that people will believe, and it gives credibility to.
So what does that mean? What is Paul Levesque doing to Jey Uso? He's using him. And if I go any further than that, we might. I was going to say, if we go any further than that, we might get canceled. So I'm going to leave it alone.
And all right, we'll put a.
And that's because you're my brother. I'm gonna if I go any further than that, we get canceled.
Yes, because me and Sean will get in the semantics of it, and I'll tell him the minor things that I disagree with about some of the things said. But yeah, absolutely. Let's stay with WWE here for a second. We do have contract dispute, allegedly. I don't know what you want to call this. With Alexa Bliss, supposedly she was going to do something with the Wyatt Six. Then it wasn't. Then it was. Some people are saying it's not a big deal. I don't know. How do you feel about Alexa Bliss in 2025, Sean?
I think Alexa Bliss is a tremendous talent, but I think so much time has passed. She's almost like, I don't want to say forgotten, but the momentum is gone. It's almost like she'd be starting from. She'd get a pop if she came back, but it's like, where would she go? She can't join the Wyatts now, can she?
Right. It's it's very. I don't know. I'm kind of over it. Like, I've been over it since the Randy Orton thing happened, where they had the Fiend lose to him, and I was like, what was that?
Yeah, WrestleMania 37. That was weird.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That was the opener, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. On night 2.
Yeah. It definitely gave me heebie-jeebies like watching it. Not like in a bad way, but just like, why did we make that decision? And
it was weird. Going? It was weird because it was like she turned on Bray Wyatt.
Right.
And then it was like, where do we go from here?
And he showed like weakness, and then he got RKO'd, and that was it.
Yeah, exactly.
Very weird. I hope Alexa comes back, and I hope she comes back better than ever. If she shows up in the Rumble, like you said, I think she would pop off. But the question is, what do you do with her? I mean, her and Nikki could be a tag team, but what does that mean?
I mean, she was cool with the Wyatts. She was also cool when she was just like Alexa Bliss, like, you know, Valley Girl, whatever. Don't touch me, I'm better than you. She was cool with that character too. But it's like, now that she's been gone so long, hasn't like Tiffany Stratton taken her spot?
Yeah, delayed show. We just talked about that. I got a graphic coming up for that. Yeah, Triple H wants to purposely diminish his value while filling his own pot. Well, that's what they're doing to all wrestlers, in my opinion. But everything's got a what did JR call it? It's got an expiration date.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a tough scene since Bliss turned on Bray. Yeah, I think so.
And that's almost 4 years ago now.
Yeah, she's holding up the Wyatts.
Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, Pitt, man. R.I.P. man. Such a talent, that guy. She's holding up the Wyatts, pivot, and get them on TV. But they weren't using them before. Like, what are we waiting for? Mm-hmm. This wasn't planned out. I don't get it. What they're doing here. Miz is on SmackDown, by the way. I don't know if you saw that this week, but
yeah, I get it. I mean, Miz is kind of almost forgotten. I love the Miz as far as his legacy. He's a Hall of Famer, but he's like flailing in the wind right now.
I think Miz knows he's closer to the end than the beginning. So
yeah, I think so too. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, it's like when I say flailing in the wind, it's like Miz is here, Miz is there. Miz has no direction.
You know what I call it? He's in his Rick Martel, like 1994. You remember when he was
technology? Yes.
Yeah, like exactly he's there. You know who he is. You're like, yo, this guy's a champion. He's really good, but you're like,
Good job out of Conrad. That's a very good analogy and very on the money as well. It was almost like right after Martel lost that final match for the Intercontinental Championship against
Razor Ramon.
That's right. There you go. That's why you're the best in the business, big guy.
Why do we remember this? But ask me about Raw from 2015. I can't remember.
You remember a darn thing. Exactly.
Well, minus that Pac Seth Rollins match. That was or Neville, excuse me. Neville.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm convinced Hunter is deliberately trolling Hubs at this point. I think so too, T Ferg. Like, there's no way.
You never know, man. You never know.
If we hear he's number one contender at the Chamber again,
I'm saying it right here on my show, on our show. Triple H ain't got the balls to debate me on the air. Triple H ain't man enough to debate me. I wish, and I would be respectful to Conrad. I would be respectful. You know what? Because you're my tag team partner, I want you to moderate so you can just make sure that I don't lose my crap. I would gladly first take style debate Triple H about his booking.
Hey, Cody, welcome. We appreciate you.
And it wouldn't just be about shout out to Cody Burris, and it wouldn't just be about Jey Uso because I have almost as big a bone to pick with him about the Kevin Owens thing too.
I mean, yeah. There's certain things we could definitely get at him about when it comes to it. Delay Grass says the Wyatt Six have Sister Abigail already. Tiffany Stratton is playing the plastic blonde role. So what is Alexa's new character? She's generic, and NXT have 50 other blondes on tap.
That's what I just said. I agree.
Rick Martel never held the IC title. That's a crime too. Rick Martel was a gem in the ring, though. I wish he was around more to do like legend stuff. I know he doesn't do too much these days.
He got his flowers. He got a couple of flowers in WCW. He won the TV championship.
Him and Booker T, fantastic series. If you've never seen them wrestle on Nitro, we got little gems on here for you.
And was about to win the title again, but tore his ACL and never wrestled again.
Right. Miz is officially in plug and play mode. That's a fact.
Ooh, that's a fact.
If Jey Uso wins the Rumble, Triple H is trolling up.
If
he wins, I'll tell you this right now. If Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble, he is winning whatever title he challenges for. He has.
If Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble, M. Leezy, you are 100% correct. Triple H has seen our show. Triple H is going out of his way just to mess with me. Yes.
Casey, but she's the pale blonde. There's a difference. Jay's going to be number one. That's what I think, Vinny. If I had to guess, like,
no, Jay was number one. He wouldn't be number one 2 years in a row.
He gets some hype. Yeah, maybe they wait for it. When do you do it then? Then he's got to be like 15. Then he's got to be. Are we talking
about the fictitious Candyland fake world where Jey Uso wins? What number would he be?
I'm just saying, when do you bring him out? Because he's going to bring you hype.
Just enjoy it. Like, indulge me in what I'm saying. Are we talking about fake BS world where Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble? What number would he come out?
We're just guessing what he's going to come out as for this show.
If Jey Uso you know what? I'll predict it right now. If Jey Uso comes out at number one, he's winning the whole thing. But I predict he's going to be somewhere in the 12 to 15 range.
Okay, I was going to say 15 if I had to guess. I forgot he was one last year. Makes sense though. Like I said, he gets people hype. Tonight, for our wrestling video game fans, make sure you guys check out EPW Games. Just started that channel up. I have not dropped a video yet. I'm waiting because I'm
already subscribed, bro.
See, get on over there. Let's get to 1K real quick, and I need that watch time, so help a brother out once it's time. But the Deadman edition was announced by 2K. Don't know what this means. We don't have any things being said yet about the game, but I am a huge wrestling video game nerd all across the board. So, Sean, what do you think here, man, with this?
I think it's phenomenal. I mean, I think one thing I'd be a liar and a big phony if I ever had said that WWE doesn't know how to do video games, because outside of 2020, they just knock it out the box time after time. And I think 2025 is going to be the best ever. I'm super excited.
I hope it's a good game. I've heard some things that people think are going to be in. Rumor of like an open world, like the NBA 2K My City.
Not the most favorable rumor, but at the same time, as long as universe mode is in place, I'm cool.
There you go. There you go. There is a tier in WWE called High Paid Enhancement Talent, the Baron Corbin tier. Now the Miz and AJ Styles are there. They are credible enough, and you beat them. Jay is not there yet.
Jay is not so Jay is not. Oh, you're saying Jay is still a main eventer, but he's about to be one of those mid carders that they don't.
He's saying he's not that enhancement.
Yeah, I got you.
Deanna's calling Jay at number 21. She says.
Jay at Deanna, I appreciate that. Jay at 21 and Jay Uso shocks the world, or just Jay at 21.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to view it. Vinny said Roman's coming out at 30. Don't get that guy booed.
I think The Rock is coming out at 30.
Cody thinks tonight is the official trailer. I think we get the trailer, and I think Roman is the this is so NBA 2K. Roman is the regular cover star. Taker is the Deadman edition, which I don't know if that's the Legends one. We got to see how the tiers are going to work. You know how it goes with this. But I'm hyped for the game.
I'm hyped for the game. I mean, does Deadman edition mean that the showcase is going to be about the Undertaker?
I'm sorry. My comment here at Good Picks, that was for Guy Will Gamble for when he said Mello and Pento be first. Nice. I'm sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I just want to know, is the showcase going to center around Undertaker? Is that why it's the Deadman edition?
So my initial thought was it was going to be some type of bloodline showcase. Now, what I'm asking for is please do not have that slingshot tech. I do not want to relive the entire Roman Reigns bloodline. Like, you better go back to like the Wild Samoans, go all the way. Like, I want the whole family in it, not just Roman in them.
Quilly, I appreciate you. I see you, man. God bless you, man. I appreciate, and I know you mean that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Real talk. That means a lot to me, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All right.
Yeah. Just like Jesse said, bloodline showcase. I just hope so. And he says slingshot tech is, oh Lord. I'm not
What is slingshot tech? Maybe I'm just not familiar with the verbiage.
Yeah, it's so when you played the showcase mode last year, when you did the WrestleMania mode, they had it where it would cut in and it would show like clips of the actual match. And I'm like, why are we doing that?
Oh, well, see,
I don't like that.
I don't like that either, but okay, so you're saying it's cool as long as they don't show the actual footage? Like, you don't mind going through the history?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm cool with that because you know what? You don't even get the 1, 2, 3. Like, you have to watch the video to get the.
Let me play the match.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Showcase is a mode I play once and I never play it again.
And I want alternate endings. I want to know what would have happened if Randy Macho Man Savage had beat Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. I want to know what would have happened if Andre the Giant beat Hulk Hogan. I want to know what it would have been if The Rock beat Stone Cold at WrestleMania 15. How come we can't get alternate endings?
Because the brain would have said, this isn't a belt made for a giant.
That's right. No, but alternate endings, don't you think that would be dope?
Yeah, they have it in sometimes. Have you ever lost in showcase mode and then they'll show, like, I think they had one where like Rey Mysterio like unmasked to Eddie Guerrero. That's not what happened in the match, obviously, but
really, I must have missed that. Okay.
Yeah, you have to lose the match though, so you're probably winning.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yes, facts. Alternate endings. I hate the slingshot tech. Yeah, they gotta. I hope they change that up for the level.
Oh, Vinny, adding on to my point, a great one. He said, if the streak continued at WrestleMania 30,
man, they shouldn't have did that in hindsight. I believe that.
I think that was a mistake. Yes.
Yes. So don't forget Thursday. We're gonna be over on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. with a special edition of Clash of the Podcast with our good friends at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. We're going to be talking the Royal Rumble. These are the matches that we have lined up. We got 2 Rumble matches. We got the women's match. We got the men's match. We've got a ladder match, 2 belts on the line. You can't tack any more stuff onto this stuff. I promise you. A men's Rumble, a women's Rumble, 2 championships, ladder match, everything hanging up, and a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match. Oh my goodness, they remember tag teams. And you know what? Usually you probably be like, Conrad, stop being sarcastic. I'm not. I'm actually happy that they're doing a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match. You must have listened.
I'm happy about the match. I'm not happy about the participants.
Who are you mad about in this?
The Street Profits should be getting their when are the Street Profits going to get a tag title shot?
Brother, don't get me started on that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many. Like, to me, when I heard about the 2 out of 3 fall match, my immediate reaction, like my gut was like, "Oh, that's dope." But then I was like, where are the Street Profits?
Right.
B-Fab's getting United States women's title qualifying matches.
B-Fab's improved too.
She's not bad. I'm just saying that to say where's the Street Profits?
Anytime we say B-Fab, I'm going to say that though. B-Fab has improved.
Yeah, no doubt.
Delayed Grass says, "How do you do a Roman showcase without Dean Ambrose?" I think it's just going to be strictly Bloodline. I think that's going to be their focus. You got to avoid the Shield stuff. You might get that match with Seth in the Shield attire.
You can avoid Dean Ambrose. It's difficult, but you can avoid Dean Ambrose.
Don't put in that fake model like they did Mike Tyson that one year in the Stone Cold showcase. I was like, brother, that ain't Mike Tyson. Who put this guy in?
Exactly.
He should have sued for that. Man, Quills is riding for you when it comes to that debate.
Quills is a real one. I appreciate it, man. And by the way, the invitation, Triple H, Paul Levesque, if you ever, I would gladly debate you about your booking. I would love that. And I'm not even doing it for clout or trying to be famous. I just want to talk to you about your ridiculous decision making.
Vinny said the tag team match will be my bathroom break. I think that could be the sleeper match, though, on this card, honestly.
Oh, would you stop it? You're always talking about sleeper match. It's a Royal Rumble. There's not going to be any matches better than one of the 2 Royal Rumbles, Conrad.
That's the bias, though. I'm saying.
No, I'm being real. Like, don't over.
I'm saying this could be better than the ladder match. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, if you want to say that, I'll rock with you. But you say it's going to be the match of the night? No.
DIY can put on some good if they're
the match of the night when there's 2 Royal Rumbles.
No, I'm not saying
that. That's what sleeper.
No, I did it. Sleeper timeout. No, sleeper match does not mean match of the night. Sleeper matches, you impressed me more than I thought you would.
Sleeper match means AKA stealing the show.
No, I would call it stealing the show. This is sleeper match. You slept on this match, and
I humbly back down. I misunderstood you.
All right, that's all I'm saying. That wasn't Mike Tyson. That was Kid Dynamite from Punch-Out.
Right? Exactly.
Casey says Motor City Machine Guns better win.
I think DIY retains.
I'm saving my prediction for Thursday on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly.
Hey, I appreciate you. I probably said too much. That's only the prediction you get so far. I might as well say it again. DIY is going to figure out a way to win, but the rest, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly Thursday night.
AJ Styles, we got some breaking news. AJ Styles will be in Indianapolis, but 100% he'll be in the Rumble. It's hoped that he'll be clear. So not 100%, I assume you meant to say. I hope AJ's fine, man. That injury looked brutal that he had the last one, and he made it sound like he's suffering doing the rehab for it.
Yeah, it's a shame, because I thought it was kayfabe at first, but it turned out to be real.
T-Ferg, you always know how I'm thinking. Will WWE buy TNA or buy AEW in the future?
And TNA
and
by AEW in the future.
Buying, I don't think so. Well, if they had to buy anything, they would want to buy AEW, I think.
You know what they'll do? They'll do something petty like buy Max.
I don't even think they want that right now. Not even saying that Max is a bad service. I just don't think they want to dip into anything for how much trouble they're in. Gotcha. But we are going to talk about a little bit of breaking news going on here with Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. Sean, don't say I never give you credit. Reported by the Fightful team over there, Jordan Grace is signed to WWE. The biggest mystery we've ever heard. If you've been listening to us for the past year, me and Sean have never once mentioned this. Joe Hendry's next. I just want you guys to know he's gone as soon as that contract is up. I've told you this. I told you this before there was even a partnership announced. It's over. These people are gone. They're going to leave. The talent pool is wide open. People are going to be looking for places to go, things to do. Speaking of TNA, though, this partnership, Sean, you wanted to talk a little bit more about, I guess, kind of what T. Ferg was asking about, the relationship and what it means going forward. We had TNA Live this week, and look at that. We had Fraxium on the show. That's much better than what they were getting before.
That's true. I mean, I think it's a big mistake for TNA. I think TNA is going to live to regret it. I think right now it looks really good, really glitz, really glamour because, WWE, the big monster, is going to be riding with us. The second that they change their minds, the second they're done, they will stomp TNA to pure dust. You're going to share networks with WWE. You're going to share TV time with WWE. You're going to collaborate with WWE. You're asking for trouble. I don't think it's going to work out in the end. At the beginning, it's going to be a really good situation. You're going to see Jade, Jade, whatever her name is, show up on TNA out of nowhere. You're going to see people cross over, Cora Jade, thank you. You're going to see people coming out of nowhere and switch shows, but eventually it's going to go away, and the big dog's going to eat. And at the end of the day, TNA might be, out of luck. Hopefully not, but I don't think this is going to end well.
You know what? There's another person who I think they got their eye on that I've noticed, the Knockouts World Champion, and I see Shawn Michaels gets that little glimmer in his eye for Masha Slamovich. I think he wants her in NXT. Wouldn't be surprised if she's another one on that list coming up. Joe Hendry is next. Josh Alexander could be as well. Now, Josh, I'm not as confident in saying. Mike Santana, I think he'll end up being the TNA guy for a little bit before that happens. But we'll see. But Matt's calling all of them. Josh, Mike, Masha, watch.
I think Emily's perspective is solid. I think that WWE cannot be trusted. I think this is a move of strategy for WWE.
Sean, I've said it once and I'll say it for the last time when it comes to this. When we look at these situations, right, my brother, like we have to think about this. This is the exact same thing that happened with all of this rigmarole when it came down to, oh no, it's TNA and you're in the same position ECW is in. You don't have money, right? So you can't battle the big dog. But if the big dog funds you, you think you're good, and they're going to give you people to help create, fix them up, do whatever. That's great. But your job is to cause disruption with number two. But if number one's feeding you, you will never be able to eat on your own because you're reliant on that money. And you're owned by a television company. Until Access TV or Anthem, whatever you want to call them, until they're like, you know what, TNA, we need to go get a better deal. But why then, if you're going to have them, let's just say they're on Spike TV again. I'm making this up. Are they even Spike? Is that even a thing anymore?
Spike is a thing, but it's
Paramount.
Right?
Let's say they're on Paramount on cable, and they're doing, I don't know, 500,000. We weren't getting that over here. Why did you sell that asset over there and they're getting 500,000 and we're not getting that? That sucks. There's going to be a lot of questions to be asked. Delayed Gratz brings up WWE has had some I got into an argument over, like last week over this with people. Every time I respond to my man Andrew Baydala, like something always happens and someone tries to like fact check any little thing that I've said. Antitrust lawsuits recently, so they switched strategy last year to partnerships, the ID program, TNA partnership. Yes, and I know what you meant, Delayed Gratz, but yeah, 100% with a lot of that stuff. Like, they're protecting their necks. There's no antitrust lawsuits. They're trying to say, look, we play well with others. We help other wrestling companies. What do you mean? And they've had partnerships before, but like Sean said, they've all ended pretty badly.
Yes, they have.
Things did not go the way that they were hoping for, at least in that realm of.
There was a time that a young Vince McMahon teamed up with the Crockett family. There was a time where WWE appeared on TBS.
Well, that's because he bought it.
And the Crockett family played ball. And then all of a sudden, Vince sold it back from about $1 million. And that funded WrestleMania 1.
I'll tell you another time where I heard that money came from, but we won't get into that.
I mean, there's obviously some alternate stories when it comes to that. I know exactly where you're going. Again, we don't want to get canceled. But at the end of the day, though, getting in bed with World Wrestling Entertainment sounds sexy on paper, but got to be careful.
Long term, you got to worry. But we did get Cora Jade making it, and TNA Impact was live. They got a show coming up from Full Sail. Mustafa Ali re-signed back with TNA, so he's back in the company. Things are looking interesting. I guess we'll start with Ali. What did you think of Ali being back? And he says he's going to be TNA champ.
I think he's a tremendous wrestling talent. I think his work over the past 2 years has been stellar. He's kind of dipping his toe back in the WWE umbrella by signing with TNA, but hopefully they allow. That's another thing. Will creatives start sticking their toe in the water? Like, I hope they stay two separate entities.
Can I be Conrad for a second?
Sure.
It's clear they're helping them. I'm sorry. This is number one. TNA didn't do press releases like this. When did you start doing this?
Never.
TNA started doing them. Also, you could tell that they're getting help with their production. You cannot fool me when it comes to some of this stuff. When did TNA announce this is the highest grossing event in TNA?
That's WWE language all the way.
Right. And they said that at TNA Genesis. And I was like, what? What are we doing here, bro?
They've sold out, man. You sold out.
But they're doing well. Like I said, they're going to Full Sail now.
I'm very happy for their success. But like I said, if the big bad wolf decides to turn on you.
Oh, yeah. When they do who was it? Was it Batista? When they hit you with this, it's over.
It's over.
Speaking of getting hit with that, Mance Warner joins Steph DeLander. Steph DeLander said that she won the Digital Media Championship in the divorce with PCO. That was quick.
That's funny.
That was funny. Of course, wrestling logic. But right. Mance Warner's in TNA, so good for him. And I hope you guys get to see what he does. If you've never watched him in like GCW or any of his indie work, fantastic talent. So I hope you guys enjoy what he's going to bring to TNA.
I believe in Mace Warner.
Right? We got some people coming in the chat here. Oh, goodness. Hold on. Cora Jade is wrestling on Impact on Thursday. Yes. WWE isn't going to buy TNA. It's better to work with them and help to have a system. Right. But we're saying when you could pull the money plug whenever you're ready.
That's done. You're at the mercy of World Wrestling Entertainment. Because you know what? In a flash, they can go back to being what they were without all that extra financial backing.
Jocelyn asks, are Gallows and Anderson WWE still?
Yes. Ooh.
I don't know why.
The team that used to be the Bullet Club that actually had personality before they got lost in the shuffle?
Big question. Does WWE want Tessa?
WWE, well, let me tell you something. WWE will get anybody if it's for their financial gain. If they are convinced that Tessa Blanchard is going to benefit them financially, they will get her. They have no moral compass whatsoever.
I believe they made TNA take the hit. Why would TNA bring her back after she embarrassed them the last time with the championship? I'm going to Mexico. I'm not coming back. I'm not mailing you your belt till you give me my money. It got all weird. So TNA just randomly forgot that and said, let's let bygones be bygones. But WWE said, why don't you take the hit first? If she's good for a year or two, then we'll look at her. And we'll finally do Charlotte and Tully match.
Yeah, but to answer Emily's question, and the key word in that is want. Does WWE want? WWE wants anyone that will get them money. It doesn't matter who you are. WWE once tried to sign allegedly O.J. Simpson to be a part of WrestleMania 12 after the whole scandal that took place in 1994. WWE will do anything.
WWE will pay TNA to use their ID. I think that that's where they're going to harbor some of the ID talent when they start getting restless. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, they're going to say, go to TNA for a little bit. We want to see your work there. Remember this, people, when I'm telling you this, they're going to say, we want to see your work there. We want to see how you do. And then some people will be taken. Some people will be forgotten about.
Which you just stumbled on the real fact of the matter. WWE has strategically, undercover, very smoothly, very under the radar, made TNA OVW.
Right. That's it. It's another territory for them. You might as well be NXT TNA.
There you go.
Juggernaut, what's good, brother? He says, I'm so happy it's Rumble season. I'll be at the Rumble. I hope you enjoy, man. I hope you enjoy. Fightful revealed the official cover and trailer will be shown on Raw. Let's go. Let me see here. Yeah, this partnership is an NXT takeover, except this ain't a pay-per-view. WWE heel turn on TNA can be seen a mile away. Like I said, it won't be now. It might not even be for a couple years, but you just remember.
It's coming.
They're going to eventually pull the plug and say, nah, we're not doing that anymore. I hope they don't water down old Manser. Well, if he's trying to get into WWE, and once again, that's going to bring more people to want to go over there. Like maybe if they see me, they'll say, hey, I can outperform these guys. McKinney said both Gallows and Anderson are injured. Ooh.
Okay.
Well, I hope they heal up, but I haven't seen them on TV in a long time. Oh goodness, delay grass. I don't even want to mention this. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But if you saw it, you saw it on the screen. That's why you need to watch live, pal. Yeah. I don't know who passed out those signs either. Chill, Gratz. Delay Gratz is a real one for that. I can see that happening. Yeah. Like I said, I think they want to do Charlotte Flair versus Tessa Blanchard. That's just me talking. Moving on before we get to our last topic, Maple Leaf Pro announced MLP Wrestling Mayhem March 14th and 15th. I don't know where it's going to be carried yet. I got this from, I think it was Drain Bamager. I forgot what his name is on Twitter, but shout out to him. He must have found this somewhere, but looks like it's legit. So looking forward to seeing what Maple Leaf Pro cooks up.
Should be dope.
Yeah, Scott D'Amore recently backstage at TNA, and I heard he was backstage with NXT as well.
Oh, boy.
So, who knows what that means. And for our final topic of the day, let's get into some AEW. We hurt people. We got the Hurt Syndicate. The new, I'm not going to lie. They look good with those tag teams.
They do.
Like certain wrestlers it fits.
Yes, sir.
MVP looks like a proud papa. Look at him. Yeah, these are my overgrown boys who drunk their milk.
My overgrown boys, exactly.
Look at him. Bobby Lashley, first tag team championship, right?
That's exactly right, my man.
Shelton Benjamin, tag team specialist. I felt bad for Private Party. I think Delayed Gratz had said it earlier. Private Party should have been treated way better as a tag team. You had that big moment for them, and you didn't have them like break through from that moment. Yeah. And you really didn't give them the opportunity to, and I hope that's something that could be reconciled, fixed, put them in some bigger spots. But this is your opportunity to rebuild your tag team division. Please do that. Please. I want to see these guys have matches with FTR. I'm trying to think of who else they could have great tag matches with. Leo Rush and Action Andretti, Top Flight. Put these guys in tag team matches. I want to see it.
I am a big fan of the Hurt Syndicate.
I'm telling you, it should be different. These guys are talking about some worlds collide. Hurt Syndicate looked perfect with them AEW tag titles. The Hurt Syndicate, let's go. Delay Grass had I feel for Private Party, but TK said, oops, we put the straps on the wrong black dude's course correction. Snapping necks and cashing checks. We hurt people. Hounds of Hell versus the Hurt Syndicate. That'd be another Brody and Buddy matching up with Shelton. That could be a series.
That'd be dope. That would be super dope.
Perk Mercedes with the Hurt Syndicate. All those belts with one stable would stand out.
That actually is not a horrible idea. Like I could see that.
I could. I don't know if they want Mercedes. Like I said, I still question where is Stokely. Let's get Stokely with somebody. I miss Stokely on TV. Another thing that I loved, AEW Collision this week was very, very good. You want to know how I know Collision was good? This segment happened. Me too. But this segment happened during the Cody and Kevin face-off. And Sean, I was trying to do this. I was like, ooh, good thing that Cody and Kevin said, ooh, look at Tony, though. Yep. What's going on with this? And they finished this segment in faster time, but I thought that this was super effective. Tony Storm took a slap to the face and went down, and they did kind of like reminiscent things of like when Mariah May first met her. Oh, I'm your biggest fan, and hugged her, head on the bosoms type stuff. And then she slapped her across the face, whipped her with the championship belt. And then Tony Storm's down on the ground. Everyone's trying to help her. And Mariah May's like walking out to leave. And then she says, you thought I forgot. And her like timeless Tony Storm accent. I was like, oh, goosebumps. Right. Sorry, rock moment. Goosebumps right now. You thought I forgot, didn't you? And she stood up and she went ham, bro. Ham, smears the lipstick, takes the clothes off, and she had the timeless Toni Storm stuff underneath. And she said, the greatest thing that an actress can do is play herself.
Outstanding.
Fantastic. RJ City, if you've done this, fantastic job with this entire storyline. This works so beautifully, well. And I think it was Tony Khan's idea, and RJ just executed it because he was the only other person who had seen this movie.
And I watched it live. I was like, okay, Collision, yeah. I was like, let's go.
Right? Yeah, I love it. Go watch the Hurt Syndicate on AEW. That was really good too. If you never watched that, that's like RJ letting them do improv. Absolutely. Yeah, I love it, man. The return of timeless Toni Storm. She knew what she was doing. Yes, sir, Jesse. You guys have a good one too, brother. Enjoy. I know you got a busy night ahead of you.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Best thing on Collision. Chef kiss to Toni Storm.
Hey.
I loved it, man. I thought it was really good. I'm interested in what AEW's doing. I'm not gonna lie, they did release something today that Tony Khan's been more in the weeds and creative. Like,
okay,
you got to imagine, brother's busy. Football team, other football team across the pond. Like, they're making a lot of moves. It's off season. He's probably helping look at like college players, and I believe he's in charge of all that, looking at the data for the Jaguars. So,
oh yeah, it's gonna be draft time soon.
Yeah. But he's in the weeds right now. So if this is part of him being in it, maybe you need to do that or assign someone to do this so that we don't get lost. Because this is an example of a good story. The Hurt Syndicate is an example of a good story. I know people aren't really feeling what's going on with the Death Riders. Apparently on Tuesday, they're going to talk to Renee, and it sounds like they're going to clarify their mission maybe more. I hope that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they're getting a little corny.
Well, they got to figure out what they are, because it was the young guys, and now you're battling Jeff Jarrett and Adam Copeland.
That's right.
So what's the purpose of this?
Good point.
Not that I'm mad at it, but you gotta just stay with it.
Yep.
Like Hobbs and Big Bill, that was another great segment on Collision.
It was. Collision was good. Collision was really good on Saturday night.
Big Bill was wilding, though, with the bricks in the backpack, though. You can't be just smacking people with backpacks like that. But Hobbs put him through that table. That's a pay-per-view quality match. That's one thing I think AEW should get better at. It's the big guys, letting them just go out there and do that. People love those matches, too. And
Facts.
Big Bill and Hobbs are it, man.
Facts.
Mox is going to look into the camera and say, Shane McMahon is not coming. Kill that noise.
Oh, my God. For those of you that thought that the McMahon was on the way, we don't need a McMahon.
He called him the Boar Horseman. Chill. And you never know what this is going to wind up being. Not your spot, not my dog spot, my spot in the Horseman. Bring out Ric Flair right now.
Fire me! I'm already fired.
That's one of my favorite lines from it. Fired? I'm already fired. Bischoff, you no good. Let me see. Oh my goodness. We got Monday Night Raw tonight. We'll run down this here real quick. We kept it kind of brief tonight, I think. We did
good. We did good.
Yeah, we did good. I know people want more AEW time, but that's what Wednesdays are for, because me and Derek will go live for AEW. I know there's only 3 matches announced right now, but 10:15, be over here, and me and Derek will talk about some Dynamite. And then Thursday. I don't have to. I'm going to keep saying this so Sean doesn't have to say it at the end. Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. We're going to be over there putting together some Royal Rumble preview and predictions. We wanted to save that for Sean's channel this time, so we'll be over there kicking it. So come on in, show some love, and we'll talk Royal Rumble.
Thursday night, prime time, 9:05 Eastern.
Still feels weird. Royal Rumble's in February.
February, that's right. First time ever.
Usually by now we know who's won. We got the plans together almost, but we'll see. We'll get there. Raw tonight. Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre. Feel like I've seen this one before, but we're here.
Oh.
Let's go. I know Sammy's rooting for Jay. I know he is.
Drew wins with the help of Seth Rollins.
Really? You think tonight
Seth is going to accidentally help Drew win the match?
Okay. All right. And what I think, I don't know if this is a title match or not. I don't think it's been said, but I
don't
think
it's
this
a title match. But I'm ready for the Jade Cargill payoff.
I think we're looking at the new tag team champions right here.
Oh, really?
This is the only team I think that's credible enough to beat them.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, but whatever. Like, to me, Liv Morgan and Raquel could be the tag team champions, and they could ride off with that for a little bit. And then we'll get the payoff. I don't know what the payoff is. Some people think Jade's going to be in some big WrestleMania. I do want to see Bianca and Rhea Ripley in a match eventually, but I don't know if this is the year they give it to us.
Cactus, what up, man? We appreciate you. Sir Cactus, appreciate you.
What up, Cactus? MJB in the place to be. What it do? Welcome.
In this dancery.
Right.
Don't need no hateration, holleration.
Right. Hold on. McKinney's got a question for us. No one knows how much time Rey Fenix has left on his AEW deal. If Penta gets over before that, does WWE still sign Rey? Absolutely.
Yeah, they will.
You're looking for new talent, and Penta stuff will eventually like dry up, and then you're gonna have to add Rey to him for a team. Save some time. This isn't SmackDown, by the way. This is Cody Rhodes on Monday Night Raw. I'm calling it now. Cody and Gunther are gonna switch brands, just so you guys are aware when they want to take the brand serious again. So. Or the brand split, I should say. # what brand split. But yeah, that's what they're going to wind up doing here. He'll be on Raw tonight for something.
I guess we're going to hear from the world champion, I guess. Whatever. Oh, by the way, speaking of new champions, this is where the new champions are going to happen.
Oh, you think Dirty Dom and JD are becoming the tag champs?
And I think that Finn Balor is not going to be happy about it.
I still think New Day's in their future here.
Listen, nobody wants that more than me. I want New Day to be it, but I think WWE is going to have Dom win the titles with help me out.
JD.
With JD, and then Finn's going to be mad about it.
We'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. I don't know. Dom and JD seem like such a weird team. Not that they're both not tremendous, but
no, but I'm starting to like Dom. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I like Dom a lot too. I think Dom needs his own group though.
Yeah, you've been on the Dom bandwagon a long time. I'm jumping on late.
Even babyface Dom, I was telling people like, nah, he's got something. He's talented.
You were wrong about that. But you've been right about Dom.
They said I was wrong about the big dog too. I know
you were wrong about the big dog. The big dog was terrible.
No, his booking was terrible. It was not him.
Fair enough.
And Logan Paul should be here tonight. Whoopee, that's Monday Night Raw.
He's freaking new.
No offense to Logan, but no.
If Logan Paul becomes world champion before, oh my God, bro! Don't even. I laughed.
Bianca, Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Tessa Blanchard. Come on, in a fatal 4-way, someone finna get jumped.
Yeah.
There is no brand. I almost said that wrong. There is no brand split. There is a window which everyone is climbing through
at the same time.
Right? Dirty Dom, the leader of the Judgment Day.
I think so too, Emily.
I like Shane Taylor. Promotions want more for them. Where is Scorpio Sky and Keith Lee? Keith Lee is still out. I don't think he's fully recovered yet from whatever he had going on. He kept that kind of close. Scorpio Sky, I couldn't tell you what they're doing, honestly.
I think Keith Lee's career, I mean, that's no joking. I think his career is in jeopardy.
Yeah. I hope not, but
I hope not too, but
Shane Taylor was on his Suge night on Dynamite. He did good as well. Mm-hmm. He did good. Shane Taylor is fantastic. I'm not going to say that. New Day got to get beat up first, and then they'll get those tag belts. Put the belts on Dom and JD.
I think so too, McKinney. Yep.
We shall see. But Hubs, sell your show one more time and take us out of here.
Well, I'm not going to sell my show first. I'm going to sell your show first. I want to make sure everybody knows this coming Wednesday night. Wednesday comes before Thursday. This coming Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Make sure you check out my guy, Derek, and the one and only Conrad Cushman, as Everything Pro Wrestling presents AEW Dynamite review show, the best AEW Dynamite review anywhere in the podcasting world. They will be live 10 p.m. right here on Everything Pro Wrestling. Thursday night, this coming Thursday night. You like the specials? We're bringing you back another special. This time a Royal Rumble special. We're going to do some Royal Rumble retro stuff, and we're going to predict the Royal Rumble for 2025 live on the Hubbard Wrestling Weekly channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? But Hubbard Wrestling Weekly on Thursday night at 9:05 Eastern Standard Time. 9:05 Eastern Standard Time. Conrad will be there. Jesse from Pro Wrestling Shoot will be there. And we're hoping that James might be there as well. But either way, we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful show for you guys. Get ready to rock and roll. And with that being said, there's no place that you'd rather be except right back here next week on a Monday night, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time. So on behalf of the one and only Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. We just want to say thank you for being here. We'll see you on Wednesday. We'll see you on Thursday. And we'll see you right back here on Monday. God bless. Be encouraged. Evil never prevails. Until next time, wow. Peace. And for those listening on audio, the Bills should have won last night. Darn shame.
Facts.